Okay, yes, I'm laying down on my treadmill. I will shower, it'll be okay. But it is a messy garage, and I will be filming in a messy garage. My garage is like a lot of garages where it's just chaos. But I'm gonna do videos anyway. But I was like, just lay on your treadmill, it's cleaner. I'm taking a little break from my run to add one more thing that was important to me. I'm going to be talking about on this channel about what I'm doing to get empowerment and progress in an area of life that I've wanted progress in for a long time. And I'm going to be sharing more detailed things as far as what I'm actually going to work on doing to overcome, I have an itch, to overcome food, junk food eating out of line with what feels healthy and truly aligned with myself and what I want for myself, as a way to cope, as a way to have recreation, as a way to comfort, as a way to deal with things, as a way to just to overcome my crutches with food in the ways that hurt my mental health. First of all, my physical and mental health are actually largely impacted by the state of fuel and lack of fasting, because ketones have a profound effect on my body and brain and how it feels. Now, the tricky part for me is that I still go through a lot of my hard things even with my ketones, but okay, so I got a call while I was filming, so this is choppy, sorry. One of the things that is hard is I still deal with, I already said that, things that are difficult, very difficult, but it's so much more softened that it is profound. The tough thing is, though, even on those tough days, though, that I still have, even though, like, the effect is way, way less, and from an outsider's perspective, like, even my husband, or they might not see it, and I feel it. I get very dark with my struggles out of ketosis. Like, so dark that it's scary. And it's scary when I'm in ketosis, but it feels way more safe and way more manageable, even if it doesn't look like it. Like, I know the difference, and the difference is important. Now, here's the struggle. Since I'm still going through hard times, I still get emotional cravings. And isn't this a real, like, vicious circle to try to cope? And the cravings do not support ketosis. I'm still very hooked since childhood on emotional eating struggles because I went through some very hard stuff in childhood, and it's hardwired and ingrained. So the trick, it's an addiction, really. It's an addiction, and it truly is. And some foods are an addiction in this way. I'm trying to really truly become full carnivore in my life. Full carnivore. And I have tried to overcome, I gotta do this. I have tried to try to overcome a lot of things with emotionally coping in ways that kill my ketones. And it's been tough. So I'm going to share on this channel what I'm trying to do and working on to have a different livelihood and not cope, even have fun with the wrong foods, not cope, not even use food, really. I want new things in my life that are my livelihood, my comfort, my go-to. But it is like an addiction. It's been a problem since I was little. And, it might not look like it because I'm pretty fit, but I fight really hard, and the fight is really I fight really hard to not give in, but it's still a really painful fight. So it is wearing me out, and I need to reco, because honestly, I've been through some trauma, so I deal with residual effects of that, and I have to deal with it quite regularly. So this problem is pretty persistent, and I need I need to rewire this brain. I want different livelihoods, so I'm going to share that. I know rambled long, and I sometimes do that when something's really important, but time to get a new livelihood, a new comfort, to get off addictions, make a lifestyle, a full-out lifestyle of eating different, and just getting rid of the addictions to the carbs and the sugar. And I don't think carbs are bad for everyone, but for me, and even my biology with PCOS, I have PCOS. They call it lean PCOS. It's not as common, but it is there, and it runs in my family, and just all kinds of things besides mental health. I have a list written down of all reasons why keto is like my lifeblood for me and my biology and my life and my energy. So, yeah, there you have it. I'll try not to ramble as much in the future, but this is the deep dive stuff. Okay, guys, so as I was saying, I'm trying really hard to go back to working harder on the carnivore thing and talking to you guys about what I'm doing to try to cope with my feelings instead of sabotaging with emotional eating, and getting into fasting and really mastering that, because it's the best way to keep my ketones up and my mental health state better. So in the past, I've wanted to take on the Steak and Butter Gang fasting calendar. I love having someone that they have. It's not like I can't put together a schedule on my own, but I love that there's this calendar to follow, that an expert put together, that people can follow, to a fasting schedule that you can go look at it and you can go, oh, I'm following this schedule and that's what I'm going to do. And I was part of the Steak and Butter Gang for a while, and then I got rid of it. Just, I was trying to save money and stuff at the time, but it was to help me get into carnivore better and fasting, but I got rid of it, and it's been a while. I want to get back to following, but I resubscribed. Sorry, I'm out of breath, and I'm following work on following their fasting schedule again, their calendar, and I'm working on my distance running. This week, I didn't get nearly as many miles as I wanted. This week. This next week, I want to at least get my highest mileage again, I'm hoping, for the week that I've ever got, and hopefully surpass it. But I'm working on following that fasting guide, and using that app and that community again to get myself into the carnivore lifestyle. And that's what's going on. So, yeah. Anyway, mini update to keep taking you on this journey. As you can tell, I'm out in the mountains. What sucks is my run tracking up here. My watch keeps just bumping me out of my run, so it's not tracking my run. So I don't know how far I'll go. But I'm kind of run hiking today instead of just running, so I'm like navigating crap. So I'm not going to go as many miles, but I'm just working on it. It's really pretty out here, guys. And then the other thing, I'm just going to show you nature while I talk, because then it just gets boring. I'm going to try to be quicker talking about my goals, or else nobody's going to want to even listen to it. And I understand that. And if you'll stick with me, I'll get better at it. Because it's not just going to be a boring channel about me. I'm trying to make it like, I want this channel to be filling. And I'm going to talk about valuable things for other people with all this. But I talk about this because it'll go with all the things that I'm going to try to share with you that are helpful for you too. So, 75 game. I've been playing that thing for a while because, let's be honest, I do the 75 game because I'm so horrible at even succeeding. But here's the dealio. Oh, there was a bunny. Dang it, ran away. Here's the dealio. I need to get good at this change in who I am and my lifestyle enough that I'm not gonna play that 75 game anymore for now. I'm going to 75 hard, and because I need the accountability to truly finally turn my life over into something else. I need the I gotta do it or I fail kind of mindset, because I mean, the fail, it sounds really kind of like, oh, that sounds negative, but I need that extra pressure to actually make the changes I need to make. So let's just put it this way. I'm doing 75 medium, but that, you know what that means? That it's like 75 medium / 75 hard. So all that really means, and this is simpler than it sounds, is that I'm going to try to do 75 hard each day. So this is the only way it's like 75 game, is I'm either going to do 75 medium rules where I at least get one workout a day, but I'm going to try to do two workouts a day, like 75 hard. So that's the only thing that's kind of like the 75 game. But there's no like, oh, if I miss workouts that day, I just keep going. It's if I miss out on a workout that day, I start over on day one, just like 75 hard. So I got called during my video again. That happens a lot lately. So that's the difference, is I either have to do that one workout like 75 medium, or two. I'm aiming for 75 hard. But if I get one, I'm not failing myself. If I mess up my diet plan, because this is the thing that is not making me change my life. This is the thing that I'm using to cope with my feelings in the wrong way, with the wrong food, that ultimately does not help my body. It does not help me long term. Yes, people continue to use food to help their emotions, because in the moment it's a rush of chemical drug-like effect and calms you down. It lasts about 20 minutes, and then the rebound effects make things worse, and I can tell you they do. And it is like a drug. I if you've ever been a true person that struggled with this, which many do, I mean, some people have it more aggressive, it is a drug-like thing. That is why, even though people know this, they still struggle. So if I screw up 1 ounce of my diet, and what I know I need to do to make my life better in the long term and learn to cope with things in a better way in my life, I am starting from day one. Will I beat myself into the ground and hate myself? No, that is not healthy. It's hard not to do. So if you ever do a 75 hard, make yourself aware that you need to try to have a healthy mindset if you screw up, of love. You have to have love and forgiveness while still wanting to get right back on and hit the bullseye. And that's tricky, so don't fall in the trap of beating yourself into the ground. And this takes mental awareness, and I've been building it for years. Do I do perfect? No, but I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, that is a restarter for sure. I am following the steak and butter main gain calendar. I'm doing a 72-hour fast right now because that is on the calendar right now. It is going to help me get my ketones real nice and strong. Then I get to go into some glorious carnivore food and whatever the schedule has after that. I am training hard, but I'll get a lot of electrolytes. I will just use the body fat stores that I want to lose to get my 6-pack anyway, and so that's really fun. And I know how to do this. It's safe. If you know how to do it, it's safe. But you do need to know your stuff. So if you go into things like this, make sure you know your stuff and talk to your doctor. Okay, I am not a doctor. I'm not an expert. I am not. You take my words with discretion and at your own risk. There's the disclaimer. Okay, this is just what I'm doing. I feel confident in my knowledge. I am a knowledgeable person in it. Anyway, I am going to stop rambling. This is an important video, though. You guys now know some very important details for me. But yeah, the workouts, I have to get my workout, at least the one, and I have to do the diet right. 75 hard. We're gonna do this.